What's up guys, it's the Achiever Dad here, and today's a little bit different of a video. I just finished Portal 100% completion, and when I do that, I want to take some time to just kind of reflect on the game, what I liked, what I didn't like, talk about basically what it was like achieving 100% on the video game. I chose Portal because it seemed like it was going to be a quick one that I could do pretty easily and get through it and experience a game that I've always wanted to experience. What was it like getting 100% on this game? I'll be honest, it was way more different than I anticipated. To get 100% on this game, there is a skill check that was very high that I wasn't originally, I didn't know about this skill check when I first started playing the game. I thought I would play Portal, I thought I would get some story achievements and maybe some random collectibles here and there. But one of the things that you have to do is you have to get gold in 3 different challenges for each map, and there's 6 maps. There's the least amount of steps, the least amount of portals, and the least amount of time. Well, to do that for all 6 maps, which is what, 3, 6, 9, 18 challenges in gold to finish 100%, it was incredibly hard. It was hard. And it was discouraging, and it wasn't my favorite, but we'll get to that later. Some surprises. I was totally surprised by the story. There are some moments in the game where I was surprised, I was excited, I was laughing. It was incredible. The AI and the interaction and the robot, and kind of you're discovering some moments along the way. I remember when I got behind kind of where the test chambers, and you're seeing these computers set up, and it looks like it used to be for human beings were doing the testing, but the human beings are gone, and now it's obviously being run by this rogue AI, and you're finding these remnants of people who are writing on the wall. It was a fun way to discover the story. That was completely a surprise to me. I had no idea that was in there. It was kind of scary at some points when you really start to think about what was happening inside of these chambers. That was cool. I remember the first time I found one of the drawings and chalks on the wall, I was genuinely surprised, and I was creating hypothesis, and I was moved. I got chills at one point, and it was just fun moving through the story of the game. That's much more of my style of game. That's what I like to do. That's what I like to play. I like narrative beats. I like stories. I like collectibles, but I don't necessarily like skill challenges, especially when they're that hard. The achievement experience is where the game started to lose a little bit of fun for me, and that's where at the end of this, I'm going to rank it from S to F, the classic ranking, what I feel like for achievement hunters specifically. There were some challenges that I like you had to find these radios in every single map, and you had to grab the radio and you had to move it to a specific spot. I thought that was fun. Because it's more exploration, and you're finding the radios and you're listening to the sound and you're checking things off of a list. I really like to do that. Also, there was one where you have to remove every single camera from every single room. I also like that challenge because it's a little bit more of a list checky thing. Even at some point, you just have to beat their advanced maps. I thought that was fun because they were challenging, but they weren't tedious. When I got into the tedious challenges where I take 2 steps and I try again, I take 2 steps, I try again, I take 2 steps, I try again. At some point I was like, I'm not even gonna stream this because it's just gonna be me going like this. I mean, that's all I could do, because I'm just I'm moving 2 feet, restarting, moving 2 feet, restarting, moving 2 feet, restarting, watching videos, looking for cheats, anything I can do to finish the achievements. For me personally, I'm not saying that's not fun game design. I totally get that people love that kind of gameplay. For me personally, I didn't love that. I love finding collectibles and exploring maps. I love discovering new zones. I like story beats. I like story-driven content. That's what I like personally. So for this, it wasn't very much fun getting the last 3 achievements, which was bronze, silver, and gold in all of the challenges in every single map. So that's gonna lower the ranking for me personally. So what would I rank it for achievement hunters and completionists? For me personally, I would probably rate it at A C? I'm not saying that it's not a good game. As far as games go, I thought it was an awesome game. Like portals and the puzzles and all that kind of stuff is super fun, but as an achievement hunters, like getting those last 3 achievements were so grindy that it just wasn't fun. And that's why specifically for the achievement ranking, I'm gonna rank it at a C. After I finished up Portal, my next step was Firewatch. Firewatch is a story-driven game. I've always wanted to play it. It's indie, it's shorter, and I'm really excited because the achievements don't look super hard. It looks like it's going to be a lot more about story, about atmosphere, about the experience. I'm really excited about that one. And then from there, I'm going to be moving on to 2 different games. It's either Subnautica, which I've never played, which I'm very excited to see and play, or Timberborn, which I've never played either. One of my rules is I'm not going to play a game until it's in 1.0, because what's the point of hunting achievements if all the achievements aren't out? That just seems kind of silly. So Timberborn isn't in 1.0, but it's supposed to be in 1.0 any minute. And I love factory games, I love building games, and I could totally see myself obsessing over Timberborn if it's launched at 1.0. So if Timberborn is in 1.0, I'm gonna move to that after Firewatch. But if it's still not in 1.0, I'm gonna move into Subnautica, and then I'll go from Subnautica to Timberborn. So that's my cycle. You guys can catch me on my streams every week. It's Wednesday through Friday from 9:30 to 12:30. I would love for you guys to stop by, say hello, maybe swing in, give me a like, give me a subscribe. Anything like that would really, really help. I'm just a dad out here who's trying to take the small amount of time that I have, stream, and hammer in as much achievements as I can. Until then, I'll see you guys next time.